Okay, it is Sunday, December 31st. So, Happy New Year. Happy 2024 by the time you're watching this. I'm filming this New Year's Eve. It's about, what time is it? It's 12 o'clock noon. Just kind of got cleaned up, starting my day. Went in the backyard. Dan photographed my poncho, which I'll show you here in a moment. But first things first, I have to say thank you to everybody for all of my Christmas Vlogmas love, the comments and messages. Thank you all so much. I'm so happy that those who watched enjoyed sharing little pieces of my day, pieces of my life with friends and family, crafting, cooking. Yeah, so thank you all so much. I had a lot of fun doing it, and we'll definitely do Vlogentine in February. But even though it's only been a few days since I last put up a video, I have finished my poncho. So I want to talk to you about it and show it to you and just tell you a little bit more about some other things. Yeah, we had a lovely Christmas morning. I actually began to vlog and then I kind of just stopped. I did breakfast and then I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to vlog today. I think I'm just going to leave last night as it was. End off on a fun note with Candy Cane Lane. And yeah, we had a really nice Christmas. My mom and dad, my stepfather, my mother and father-in-law, Barb and Wayne, came over for breakfast. Then we just continued just to have a lazy day until we went to my mom's for a big turkey dinner. And then came home and went to bed early. Boxing Day is always another extension of the festivities. Alex's girlfriend, Emily, they've been together for 4 years now, and we've become quite close with her family. So it's just become an annual thing the past, I guess, 3 or 4 years that we've gone to their house for Boxing Day. We play games, we have another turkey dinner, and just have some fun. What else have we been doing? Some high school girlfriends, my best friends from high school. One lives in Ontario, so she was home, and we got together on the 27th, went out for dinner, and we kind of do this like almost like a pub crawl. We start at Pickeroons and walk across the walking bridge, and then just kind of continue to hit some downtown spots that we like to go to every Christmas together. So that was fun. And then it was just like quiet time. Got my tree down, cleaned my house. Everything just felt dusty and just so much traffic over the holidays. I was excited to just tear everything down, get it all cleaned up, and knit. So I'll insert some pictures that Dan took for me out in the backyard. But if you did watch Vlogmas, you know I made the Coorie in Poncho by Amy Palko. I used my Dandelion and Dogwood Advent, and I used all of my minis, all 23 minis except for the last one. And I knit 1 inch of each color. So the only reason I didn't use the last one is when I was knitting, and I'll show it to you, I started to go into the mint green, and then the mint green was kind of going into a yellowy color. The last mini had white in it, and I didn't want the edge of the poncho to be lighter. I wanted to kind of stick to a solid color. So I think the last mini was mint green and white. So I saved that, and I used it in another project already. But yeah, so I used all minis but one. I knit 1 inch of each color, and that was just copying what Marilisa from Girl Meets Yarn and Christina from Chelsea Yarns, what they were doing. I held it with a strand of mohair. I used my Just Peachy colorway. I ended up going through almost 2 complete skeins of mohair. Like my second skein had like a little tiny bit in it. And I used 2 well, they're not skeins, like rolls of Stellaris, that metallic kind of thread. It's lace weight. So and it's all done. So I finished it yesterday, blocked it, soaked it, blocked it, and here it is. So it turned out absolutely beautiful. I love the colors. I love this soft palette. I'm so excited that if there was to be a pop of color, that it's this beautiful magenta pink. And so as you can see, it was like it started to lighten up on the edging. And if I had have used the last one, it would have been white. So I really, really wanted just to kind of end. So the only modifications that I did do is I probably added an extra 1 increase row and just regular pattern knitting for another probably 6 rows, I want to say. I just wanted to use up a little more of that green color. So the pattern starts up here with your neck ribbing. You know, you've got your 4 stages of increases here, there, and there. Anyway, I loved every minute of knitting this poncho. It was, I said, I think in one of my Vlogmases, it was rhythmic, easy to just, I mean, I always write down, you know, my increases to keep me kind of in check with what row I'm on and whatnot, but it's so easy, so mindless. I love it. And I'm so happy that that I got an advent and I actually used it. So I said probably wouldn't want another yarn advent again. No, I'm getting another one again next year. I don't know from who, but it's definitely going to be bought in mind with a project. I loved picking away at something every day. I'm not a sock knitter, so some of you that are doing like the advent stripe a day, I've done that before. That's not for me. But this, if I could find a sweater or another poncho or I don't know, anything, I'll get another advent in 2024 and find a project like this to work away at. I love it, and I will wear this. It is just, it's beautiful. So I don't know, what else can I say about it? It was lovely to work on. So if you needed an easy, mindless pattern, this is it. Use up those minis, use up scrap yarn, anything. But the 3 held together created this beautiful fabric. I'm so happy that I went with the peach. It just gave it this muted, soft, pastel-y tone. So yeah. So of course I had to start something else as soon as I finished that because I'm up early and my hands need to be busy while I'm watching things on TV or Netflix. Excuse me. So a couple of years ago, I made the Comfy Cozy Throw by I think that's what it's called. I'll put it on the screen, by Homespun House. I'll show it to you. I brought it just to make sure I did show it to you. This, I used my Chelsea Luxe Advent, and I can't remember if I made this 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And most of you have seen this before, or I've shown it here before, but I'll show it to you again. It's just this beautiful blanket with an I-cord edging. And again, another great way to use up all of these minis. So it's a really nice size blanket. So this one is for me. I made one for my daughter. She has that at her apartment. One of my best friends, her daughter's getting married next year, so she's so knit-worthy. I'm going to start the blanket now so that I can pick away and have it ready for next year. But here is what I've been doing. So I'm using all of the leftover tidbits because I didn't use all the minis. When you're, at the end of the poncho, when your rows are larger and your stitch count is higher, you're blowing through the minis, but there was still a little bit left. And then at the beginning of the poncho, I have a lot of the minis left. So I'm going to incorporate all the leftovers into this blanket. This is what I've done so far. It's on a 5mm on my favorite ChowGoo needle. So there's the beginning. And I've got my basket, just sorry for the angle here. I brought out all of my leftover sock fingering weight scraps that I'm going to put in to this blanket and just continue to pick away at this. I love having just a mindless project on the go, and I just think it's, whether I work on this every day or not, I don't know. I'm going to get preoccupied here in the next couple of days with the test knit that I'm doing. But I need to dye the yarn and start that sweater. But in the meantime, it's just nice to have this in the corner on the floor and just ready to pick away at mindless, easy knitting. So, and the fabric is turning out so squishy and beautiful. So I've got a lot of time to work on this before I need to gift it. So got that started just to have something to do. I wanted to show you one of my Christmas presents that like completely overjoyed me. Speaking of Homespun House, Molly has been working on this embroidery advent with trees, and I think it's like a tree a day. Anyway, it's adorable. I've never seen anything like it. I open up my Christmas present from Dan's sister, Leslie Jane. Hi, Jane. I know she watches. So the pink mug that I had my coffee out of this morning, she made that. And I didn't realize it at first, and I was looking at it thinking, oh my God, it's beautiful, and it's just the perfect size. I do like a smaller coffee cup. I like the bigger mugs for my tea, but smaller mugs are nice for just, you know, having a smaller hot cup of coffee. And then I saw her name on the bottom, and it clicked. She had taken pottery classes. So she made and gifted me the most beautiful pink mug. I love it so much. So I had this morning's coffee out of it. But she also gifted me this. It's an embroidery journal. And it's 365, sorry, I have mohair in my nose and it's driving me crazy. 365 days of stitches. Like, how cool is that? I cannot wait to start this. So the kit includes 200 designs, a 48-page book, 12 tutorials, 12 skeins of thread, 5 embroidery needles, one 10-inch bamboo embroidery hoop, one embroidery cloth, scissors, and a water-soluble pen. Anyway, I can't wait to start this. Thank you again. I have never seen anything like this. I don't know where she found it. I'll have to ask in case anybody wants to know, but so pretty cool. So I have this to start tomorrow. I'm going to pick away and literally do each month. So I love it. And I got some new recipe books as well. So I'll show those here shortly. What else did I want to talk to you about? So it is New Year's Eve right now. We are getting together with Jane and Brian. We're going to go downtown, have a beer. We were going to come back here and do pizzas. I got Dan a new pizza oven. Our other one worked great, but it was a lot of work. Anyway, Dan just didn't enjoy using it, so I surprised him with a new pizza oven, and it's going to be so much easier to use, cleaner. Just, yeah, we'll use it more often. So, but we're missing some things that we need, so we decided I'm going to do lobster rolls, and I get bottled lobster. So my friend's mom in Bay St. Anne, she bottles lobster, so I always get some from her every year this time. And then you just have it on hand. It's all cooked. It's in a brine. Just I'll show it to you here in a bit. Yeah, just drain it, give it a bit of rinse, and pull it apart and make a lobster salad. And yeah, we're just going to go have a walk downtown, come back here, and it'll be an easy night. We're not really big New Year's Eve people. We used to be when the kids were little, because the kids were the ones that cared about it. So stay up till midnight, celebrate everything, but I think we'll probably just come back here. We could end up watching a movie or playing some cards, but I don't even imagine I will see midnight. And then tomorrow is just a different day. My son, he's in Ireland right now, celebrating New Year's Eve in Dublin, so that is so much fun. And normally I would have a family brunch, but he's away, and I actually always do lobster rolls and poutine New Year's Day. But I told him I'm going to wait and use another bottle of lobster when he comes home, because he loves that, and it just doesn't feel the same with him gone to have the family brunch, and so that can wait. So when he gets home, and for those of you that don't know what poutine is, it's a Canadian side dish. It's I love it. It's French fries with gravy and cheese curds, and you put the cheese curds on top of the French fries, then the hot gravy, and it gets like all gooey and delicious, and it's so bad for you, and it's awesome. I love it. So that's our New Year's Day tradition that's not happening. So I think tomorrow is going to be just another quiet day. I want to really get back into dyeing a ton of yarn starting, my gosh, the day after. Maybe I'll even get some dyeing done tomorrow. I know people are waiting for a few things, so I'd like to get into that. What else? Oh my gosh, I found my pen. I can't believe it. I was actually getting pretty sad about that, and all I could think of is it got knocked off my desk into the garbage can, and anyway, it was in the kitchen. I have a little jar with pens in there, and it ended up in the kitchen somehow. So people had asked what my favorite pen was for journaling. It's this. It's Ferris Wheel Press. It's called The Script in Lady Rose, and it's their ballpoint pen, and I love it. It's just a beautiful, and it's heavy. I just love this pen so much, and I thought I lost it. So if you did see Vlogmas, you saw me say I can't find it, but I found it this morning. I guess that's it. I'm going to go get the lobster ready, and which is literally mixing it with some mayonnaise and salt and pepper. We'll have some cheese and crackers, and Jane's bringing a side dish. I don't know what, and she's bringing chocolate cake. So I don't know. I don't have resolutions for the new year. I've never ever done that before in my life, but I think what I'm going to do is like cut back on the treats. We have had so much food this season, which I know it's all about, but my body just doesn't handle the calories like it used to. So I'm going to, it's not a resolution, but I am going to try to be more active and cut back on the treats. Yeah. Anyway, so I hope everybody had a wonderful New Year's Eve if you did do anything, and if you got to bed early and had a nice quiet night, even better. So I will see you again in a couple of weeks. I'm going to, like I said, start a test knit. Who knows what else I'll get into from now till then. But anyway, happy 2024, everybody. Okay, I'll take you along for my evening. Okay, bye. you.